Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to the weekly RFOX AMA. Hope everyone's doing great. It's Lenny Clifford here with co-founder and CEO Benny Fairbank. How are you doing, mate?
Hi mate, how you doing? Yes, very happy to be here. Lots going on as usual, and hope you're doing well.
Yeah, doing great. Thanks, Benny. Let's get into it, eh? The new Callinova build is in progress, and that was previewed last Friday in the AMA. Benny, what developments can we expect to see in there over the coming weeks?
Yeah, so the new Callinova build, basically how it works is you bring out the base graphics and how it actually looks, and then what you do is you just spend time polishing that. So you've seen iterations of our current sandbox, and what we do is we basically introduce reflections, trees, better water. So what will happen is you'll see over the coming weeks that the resolution will get sharper, graphics will improve, and you'll start to see the completion of the base model and the MVP come together. So that'll be exciting to see that journey. And as stated, we can already get in there and walk around. So it's pretty exciting for us to see things like collision and depth and those types of things added, which is always good.
All right, and I see the underground shops in the new Callinova. That leaves a lot of space to be used up the top side. What's going to happen up there?
Yeah, so as stated, the top part of it will actually sort of develop as time goes on, and you'll get more and more people will actually have an opportunity to sort of see trees, vegetation, and it sort of takes shape to look more like what we showed in the final image impression, which is really, really cool, because it will take time for that to happen. And as more and more people come in, you'll see dedicated areas and you'll see the integration of TV and to see billboards, and it will really sort of come to life as time goes on. But we haven't even started plugging in billboards and RFOX TV and plenty of the things that we've sort of hinted at bringing in. So that's all to come.
Okay, now I want to ask you about Meta's new immersive game Horizon Worlds. I stumbled on a CNBC news piece critiquing Horizon Worlds. Now, CNBC is well known as the beacon of truth and high journalistic standards, so I wasn't expecting much, and it didn't fail to disappoint me in their take on Horizons and the metaverse space. But I think it's interesting to note what Meta produced to this point with its high, huge $10 billion budget, and just how, this highlights the realities of the challenges of building metaverses. And also, RFOX is experiencing this as well. There are public perceptions and expectations, and the public's not quite understanding the limitations of the technology at this time, and also the strategy around just what should be built and what to go for. What do you think?
I think a lot of people from the outside are confused about what's going on the inside due to the fact that we are in the early stages of building, and people like to hype up what's possible or what could happen next. We've got technology limitations for sure and certain, because a lot of what you want to do might not necessarily be available yet. And with us, we're finding that we have to build a lot of stuff. But the infinite amount of directions that this can go in it's very, very hard to sort of state that in a way that people can understand. We're continually in rooms all day thinking, but what if we go that way? And what happens if that happens? And what about the legislative side? What about the security side? What about privacy? What about scaling? And there's so many things to consider. And I think that building in a fluid way, modular way, is definitely the best. And getting tools into creators' hands and helping get them the ability to build their businesses is far, far, far going to be the most beneficial way to go, as opposed to a centralized group of people just building something and saying, here, use this. We get the ball rolling and hand that over. I think that there's lots of misconceptions and perceptions, and I think that what we're seeing at this particular point in time with Meta and the others is really just putting out the feelers, and the early stages of development. Content and users are going to be king, of course, and none of them can honestly say that they have that yet. So this is going to largely be dictated by what these creators build and what the users come in to use. So I think that it's all a matter of, if they're anything like us, every single day we're faced with 10, 15, 20 different permutations, and the decisions that you make could have huge ramifications on what happens down the track. So it's not easy, and it's definitely overhyped by a lot of people, and a lot of what people are saying just is not possible at this particular point in time.
Okay, now I've been testing the PC version of the Vault, and I like having the option, and it looks pretty good too. The graphics are great. I don't have the same functions as the VR though. I can't move my arms or wave, and it's obviously not as interactive. Will the movement and functionality be updated for PC users?
So at this particular point in time, yes, you're correct. You can't do that. The hand controllers obviously move your hands on the VR quests and the headsets. This will continue to be the most immersive way, and I think going forwards, as we've stated, we think that the VR uptake will be will continue to expedite and happen faster and faster. But in the interim, people are still going to be wanting to use PCs and mobile phones, and that will be therefore an offering that we give to people, but it won't have the same sort of immersive experience. There's no if, buts or maybes about that. So it is something that we'll work on, and as technology allows, we'll sort of integrate that in for sure and certain, but the real immersive experience is going to be for those on the VR headsets.
Okay, thanks, Benny. There was also a quick glimpse in the Vault on the Friday Fireside. It was of a citizen avatar on the statue. It took Minty's place. That's the Bored Ape. Once citizens are integrated in the Vault, will that open doors for other avatars to join that are built on complementary technologies? Or will that speed things up?
We will actually allow for our avatars, obviously will take precedence, but we also have an avatar creation tool that we'll be implementing in the early part of next year. That will allow people to create avatars for themselves, also create collections and mint NFTs in reverse. So create the avatar first, then the NFT. This will pave the way for us to be able to also connect with other collections. And it might be in the first instances, you're just basically recreating your NFT as an avatar. There's plenty of ways that we can tackle this, but the full interoperability for avatars from multiple ecosystems into each other's, again, still has the same hurdles of IP rights, and it depends on conditions and stuff, but we're taking a step closer by creating our own avatar generation tool. So that's going to be a big thing towards interoperability.
Okay, are there any final updates for the week? What else is happening with the other parts of the ecosystem, Benny?
We also have Quest getting closer and closer. We've got about 250 testers or users of the game so far. We've got further iterations of Callinova, as stated. We're getting closer to the launch of that. We've got other projects ready to deploy as well. So started to give you information on that very shortly. We've been hinting about this for a while, getting closer and closer. So that's all pretty exciting. So it's all coming together really well. We've had the sea levels in the same place for the last week or so, just to discuss scaling and all of the infrastructure types of things. So we've come up with a lot of conclusions and getting closer to the direction that we need to head for the next phases. So that was a really cool opportunity to sort of all get together and work on that stuff. So really looking forward to rolling that out and bringing you guys up to speed. But yeah, all systems go. Lots coming out. Thank you very much to everybody who joined, and look forward to the giveaways that we've got. Stay tuned for that COGS gold coin giveaway.
All right, time to wrap it up, Benny. Thanks for joining, everyone, and we'll join you next week from inside the RFOX Vault. Cheers.
Have a great week, guys.